Here's something else I thought I might want to show you. See, here's the pocket for this one. When you put this pocket in, this fits up against the wall. And see, the back side of this is hitting the wire, and it's not hitting the bottom yet. There's about a 1/4 inch. There's about a 1/4 inch gap there. Do you see that? And so all the weight of this is held off the top, not the bottom. And I guess it would be okay, but I thought I would take, before, the people who put this in originally, they put a little stick in there, a little shim. And you know, this pocket should be the right size, but I got a pair of tin snips here. I'm just going to cut the top of that off. About 1/8 to 3/16. Okay. And I don't have to make that perfect. I could actually make it lower if I wanted to, because then all the weight, see, that's designed so that all the weight here is now going to be transferred to this bottom rail, because this is the heavy, stout rail. Do you see what I mean? Not that. I don't want that. Okay. So now, see how it's fitting up tight to there? Okay. I'm going to do that on all of these, and actually I did it on another one already, so I'm just going to go ahead. I had 4 of these to do. I think this is my last one I have to do. I thought I would just quickly show you this. I like these tin snips. I use these for everything. Wisp, baby. Okay. Fit that on there. It's fitting up tight now. Now when I put the shelf in, I just have to be careful to measure everything, because see, the other thing is, because these are on here now, I can't just hold this up against the wall, mark them, can I? Because they're in the way. So I have to take some careful measurements. If I put this up here, measure from here up, how far from the wire down to the center of this hole that I need to put in the sheetrock, and then measure from this one up to that one. There's a little bit of measuring and finagling to do. When you buy these, I don't know, maybe they give you a template that you hold up against the wall, possibly. Because see, I can't even hold this up at the wall wherever and mark it, because these are in the way. Now if these were right at a stud, you could nip these off. Then you can hold that up there, poke it in, or if you want, you can still cut this off with a hacksaw or some snips or something, and file that down flat, hold that up against the wall, mark it, and then you can put some plastic anchors in there, or something like that if you wanted. If you didn't want to use these the little nails that came with it, let's say you snip that off, put something else in there. And I just happen to have some little anchors, and I'm not going to really use them on this project, but see, here's some drywall anchors, and you could screw this into the wall, poke a little hole there, and then take your Phillips screwdriver, okay, and you screw that right into the wall, and then you can take a screw. So I use these for a grab bar, and so I have the grab bar screws in here. But see, these are the screws that come with these. Then you can take that and screw that in. So see, I could use this setup here. I could snip that off. Some don't even have this, possibly. Maybe they're just flat, and you're like, okay, how you can do it? You can do it just like that. Take this screw, screw it right in there, zip right to the wall. But because I have it this other way, I'm going to do some careful measuring, and I was careful when I pulled these out. See, I didn't break any of these tips off, and had I broken one of those off, I could cut that off, and I could put this little trick on the bottom or the top, and then put the nail on the bottom if I wanted to reuse these. Okay, all right, I gotta keep going. I'll be done in a while. Now see, this just happens to be one way to anchor. This one goes to 75 pounds. They also have some of these that only go to 25 or 30 pounds. And the screw part is smaller. So you know, they got different things for different applications. Go to the store and see. See, here they use some plastic anchors. Here's the other type of plastic anchors you could use. And that was holding up some of these other ones that we may or may not reuse. Okay, so plenty different types of options. When you get all your stuff at the store, just make sure, hey, how do these go? Do they come with the screws? Do they come with the plastic anchors? Do you have to buy those extra at the store? Be ready for your project. Hey, I'm getting there. I just wanted to show you something really quick. They have some little bracket gizmos here. See this thing here? It's designed, you kind of fit it on here, and that'll help hold that. That's kind of like your little helper until you get ready to put your supports on. Because if you're doing this by yourself, you need somehow to hold up this other one, especially if this one doesn't fit into a pocket. Most shelves go in for end, and so then they're going to fit in pockets. But see, because this is a U-shaped deal, we've got a pocket here, and this short one goes all the way over, and then there's a pocket over there. Now see, they did this top one differently. They ran the pocket for the entire length of the long one. Okay, pocket to pocket. And then on the short ones, there's only one pocket there, nothing there. So we'll take a brace and we'll stick that up there, and that'll hold that end up. But you could get some more of these little brackets like this. You could put that up there to help hold that. But basically, once you get this bracket up in there, you won't really need anything on that. Okay, it's just they did it differently. See the bottom, they ran from end to end because that was going to make it stronger, I guess, for the clothes, for this short piece. And now, see, because of these loops, they can run their hangers all the way through here without hitting kadoink, kadoink, kadoink. I kind of like that. I hadn't really seen those at the store before because most of them don't have that I've seen. You just look though, you'll find them. Okay, now I can put these struts in, and see, there's a hook on them like that. You're going to kind of fit it up on there wherever you want it, like that. Okay, and then you're going to shove it to the wall. But see, on this one here, I think I'm going to have to fit it right there, like that, and then up against the wall, and I'll push it up. I'll probably do the ends first. This is just kind of like my helper. So the first one, this is where the bracket was before. I'll hold it right in here somewhere, like that, up against the wall. And you know what? It might even fit in the same hole. And I'll look at that and line that up. And if that looks good, I'm going to put it right there. And then for a long span, you can eyeball it. Once you get both ends, then as you're doing the middle one, let's say, have somebody eyeball that and say up, down, okay, right there. Okay, so I'm going to put these brackets in where they came out from before. And I got 9 brackets. I'll figure this out. And the thing is, you just don't want to put them too far apart. Maybe every other stud you want to put them. You don't have to necessarily hit the studs, but if you don't hit the studs, maybe you might want to put just a couple extra brackets in there or something. I don't know. It just depends how heavy of clothes you're going to have on here, because now all the weight is going to be at this front bar, this bar right here, this whole assembly here. Okay, the weight of your clothes is not going to be back here. That's just going to be whatever if you have a boxes up here, shoes up here, whatever, all the weight on the shelf where you hang everything is going to be right here. Okay, so you want to put enough braces. I've seen these where they didn't get enough braces, and this stuff will bend, will bow a little bit, and eventually what'll happen is, if you're not careful, the shelf's going to want to pop out on one end, and when it does, boop, 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 boop. I've seen it happen before, and if you watched my videos from a long time ago, that happened to one of my shelves, and I had to re-support them a little bit. Okay, all right, keep going, Joe. Now before I put those brackets up, I've got a decision to make. I know all the clothes are going to be down at the bottom, and here's, as you come in, it's going to be right here. So most of the heavy stuff, my guess it's going to be along this rail here. So what I want to do is I want to take a little bit of extra time to find the studs. And I know there's a stud right about here, and I'm going to measure across and make a determination of, I think I'm going to put 3 brackets here, and I'm going to try to find and see where the studs are, because this is where most of the weight is, and I'd rather do that than just put them in sheetrock since I have an option. Okay, and I also look at all my stuff. If I didn't have anything else to go with except just for this, and if I didn't want to have to go to the store and stuff, I would look and see these are long screws that go into wood studs. Okay, so I got 5 of those, and then I know I have 9 brackets. Okay, so then maybe the last 4 I'll use 4 screws, and I picked out the little brackets, the little plastic anchors. See, these are bad plastic anchors, and I found these, and I'll have to see which ones are the best ones that I can use for the other ones, or I can use the pins. Okay, I can use a pin. Actually, I can't really use a pin. Okay, here you go. See this one here? This is for your plastic, or this is for anchoring this. I could use that one. If I use that, I'm gonna have to use a nail. See, these are for the shelves. Remember, 2 different types of shelf brackets. One's with the clip at the top, one without. Okay, and see, here's something else. See this? Some have the anchor in there like that, and then you would put a nail in it, and then it would pop out. These didn't have that, did they? So then they ran the little plastic anchors and the screws. Okay, so you pop the anchor into the wall first, you hold the bracket up there, and you screw it in. Okay, so there's all kinds of different ways to do certain things. Look at the store, make up your mind, and do it.